Okay, so um, now we're going to prepare for the hair. So what I usually do is that I will create planes. Okay, I'm going to rotate them 90° towards the camera. I don't need such a high subdivision, so usually I'll just stick to 1/3. Okay, and I'll start to do some simple modeling. Okay, sorry, I repeat again. I shouldn't be using 1/3. I should be using 2/3. I should have one center line at the middle. Okay, and then I'll start to do some very basic modeling. This will determine like the size of my hair. Okay, I will have a duplicate of different size and different thickness. Okay, and they'll come in all different variation. How many kinds of hair you want to do is entirely up to you. Okay, next thing I will do is actually to go in to do some modeling. The base of the hair are usually wider, so I will widen up the polygons. Okay, so this is one of the hair planes that I have created. The pivot point, I would like to actually pull it right at the top. So I will press V and move the pivot point to the top, snap it to the top vertices. So when I plant the hair to the head, right, it's easier to rotate around and to move it around. If the pivot point is at the middle, rotation will base on the middle. Okay, so this will be the second hair, which I will continue to adjust. Okay, don't spend so much time on this kind of details and this kind of basic hair, because later on you will still adjust them. Okay, when you plant them on the head already, you realize that this one will not fit every single detail, so you will still do some changes at the end. Full spoon, okay, quick. Okay, so this particular hair that I'm creating, this one here, okay, why got this kind of weird shape one, right? Is because if you look at some of the characters, got fringe one. See, the fringe will curve this way, this kind of details. Like here also, this kind of details. So this kind of model, right, is meant for this. Okay, you can look at the details behind of the hair. Okay, this kind of cone shape, triangular shape, and this is meant for them. Okay, I'll create another one, more of a blocky one. One is to 2. Okay, and I will leave this one as is, okay, by default. Okay, once I'm done with these 3 or 4 planes, I'll select all of them, and then I'll do a very quick unwrap. As again, this is just a preparation, so you have to do this step before you actually do the planting of the hair. Go to UV mode, select all of them, and unfold. Okay, it's not working correctly. I think I'll do it one at a time. Unfold. Still cannot. Okay, unfold already. Scale it down. Move it to one side first. Select the next one. Planner map. Unfold. Okay. Move it to one side. Next one. Planner map. UV mode. Unfold. Okay, move it to the next one. Right click, face mode, double click, shift right click, planner map, right click, UV, unfold. Okay, so now I have 4 different unwrap. Okay, and I'm going to lay them out side by side. Okay, I'm going to scale it down. Okay, remember that your assignment, your UV, you're going to use only one UV space. So for this exercise, my hair, right, I'll also be scaling it down. Okay, so that the remaining space here will be meant for all the other UVs. Okay, so once I'm done with this UV, I'm going to export the UV into Photoshop. Okay, I'm going to export it as a JPEG. Okay, resolution is 2048 by 2048. This is the texture resolution that you guys will be using. Press OK, and then I'll go over to Photoshop. That's where I will be doing our hair. Open up the image. Okay, the steps here that I'm going to show is similar to your assignment 1, where I do the preparation for texturing. So I'll be speeding up the process here. Okay, so what I've just created is what you have done for your assignment 1. Your mask, your gray background, your UV layer with the blending option of multiply. Okay, and one layer 2 where this will be my hair. Okay, now currently I think this hair is black lah, so I will be changing the color a bit, make it more brownish. Okay, so I'm going to pick a brown color. Okay, I'm going to fill up the whole layer here as brown. Okay, I'm going to create a new layer, the same one, Ctrl J, just duplicate that. I will go to filter, go to noise, add noise. Okay, the option here very crucial. Make sure that you are using monochromatic, okay, and uniform. Amount of noise up to you. Okay, this one really up to you. Go and try and error, you see what you like. Okay, and what I'm going to do next is go to filter, blur, motion blur. Okay, you can see straight away give you the strokes, just like the hair. Okay, I click OK, zoom in closer. This is your hair already. Not finished yet. This is just a beginning. You have to try and error. For me, I find that the noise that I have initially is too small, and it results that the hair is too fine. So actually, I will want to make it bigger. So how I make it bigger is that this is the noise that I have. This is the current noise that I have. I will select one section. I will duplicate that section, delete the old one. Okay, so this current hair, I will make it bigger. Just make it bigger from here. Don't care whether the quality sucks or not, because later when you apply your motion blur, no, the quality will be fixed already. So go to motion blur. Okay, the distance will determine how much the stroke, how long the hair is going to be. You want a short one, you reduce it. Okay, you want a long one, you increase it. Simple as that. Okay, so I'm going to use the longer one. Press OK. Make use of my mask and mask it. Don't delete the whole layer yet, you'll still use it. Okay, so this is how my current hair will look like. Next thing I'm going to play around is actually the blending mode, because this is very pale looking. I want it to be more brownish like the base color here. So I play around with my blending mode, things like multiply. Okay, too dark. Okay, then maybe I want to play around with lighten or screen. Okay, or overlay. Find out which one suits the color best. Okay, I will duplicate the layer some more. This time around I'll be going back to normal. Okay, I'm going to use okay, wait, I'm going to delete away this layer instead. I'm going to use another method. Create a new layer. I'm going to paint yellow. I'm going to paint it across. A very quick one, across like that. So this will act like a highlight. I'm going to use screen or overlay. This screen is more appropriate. I'm going to reduce the opacity. Okay, so this will act as if there are some highlight on it. Okay, I will use some of my brushes to reduce. Okay, don't make your highlight so obvious that you use the brush stroke, the standard brush stroke. Okay, so you got to do some adjustment here and there. And don't make your highlight so obvious. Create a new layer. I'll pick the same base layer, okay, the same color, and paint the top. This time around I'll use multiply. Oh, too much. Reduce. Okay, so what we have here is that you have the base, the root of your hair that is slightly darker. Somewhere in the middle is where you will capture the highlight. Then somewhere at the tip is the base color, the default color. Okay, at any point of time, you can still edit all these kind of things because it's a Photoshop layer. Okay, I'm going to save this out. This is not the final one, okay, but I'm going to save this out and check how does it look like currently. I'm going to call this diffuse. Okay, Targa file, save it. Right click, existing. Okay, go to my favorite material, blend. Rename this as hair. Okay, so this is currently how the hair looks like, but this is not what I like, because imagine if I put this plane on the head, it will just look very weird. Where got people hairstyle like that one? Unless people they put the bow on top of the head, then they cut across, then okay, maybe can possible. But even so, my base of the hair, right, also called the tip of the hair, okay, the tip of the hair shouldn't be so straight. So I need to do something extra in Photoshop. Okay, I will make use of this layer again. Magic wand, select the layer. Right click, color range, pick on the hair. Okay, you want to get some of the strokes out. Okay, something like this, something like this. A lot of zigzag, a lot of up and down, very random kind of feeling. Using the marquee tool, move this selection lower. Okay, I'm looking for the edges, this section here, the top part, or this top part. Okay, I'm going to do it one at a time. I'm going to start with the rectangular one. And what we're going to do here is that create a new layer, use black as your color. I'm going to paint black. Okay, so this is one section. Move on to the next one. I think I accidentally paint onto here. Erase a bit. Okay, press M. Move it down. Okay, paint a bit. Okay, I think maybe too much. So I'm going to use the eraser tool and erase. Okay, move on to the next one. Okay, I want to maybe try reusing what I have previously. Okay, then I paint. Okay, do some changes, correction to it. Okay, alternatively, if you are using a Wacom tablet, you can just use one of these brush stroke. Okay, and then making use of the pen sensitivity, you can actually stroke out quite a nice hair stroke. Okay, unfortunately, the lecturer's computer, the Wacom tablet, doesn't really work that well, so I have to use this method to fake out the hair. Okay, now after having the hair stroke out, next thing I'm going to do is to paint this whole section here black. Okay, this part here have to be black, cannot be brown, because if it's brown, what happens is that later on you see you have a bit of brown stuff at the end of your hair tip. Okay, black color is those areas that we don't want the hair to appear. Okay, so with this layer here, I'll create a new layer. I'll paint the whole thing black. Create another Okay, don't need to create another one. Just make use of my mask here, paint it white. Okay, this is what you get. Yeah, I need to do some cleanup here. A lot of this gray stuff, so I need to reduce it. Okay, now I'm going to save this out as a JPEG. Taga file also can. I'm going to call this alpha. Okay, what does alpha means? In Maya or in 3D, right? Alpha stands for transparency, and usually it's a black and white file. Okay, so these two here I can group together. My hair texture is still there. This is the alpha for the hair. Okay, apply your alpha map into the transparency slot. Okay, and this is what's going to happen. Okay, let me spend a bit more time to beautify the stroke. Okay, and you will take a look at how I will apply this hair onto the head in the second video.